We were just talking about the single, because we've actually got the single and we're playing it now, Open Arms.
Brilliant.
And Pete, the guy who does the breakfast show, he played it this morning, I think, for the first time, wasn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely excellent track. I love it a lot.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it was hard. You know, the problem I got is, as much as I've got nothing to praise for the X Factor, I didn't get really, you know, I suffered really badly from nerves. And, you know, anyone that's seen me on the tour will have seen a different Daniel on the stage, because you haven't got the pressure of judges and TV cameras and phone votes. So for me to get this album out and show people this is like the real me, these are my arrangements. You know, if you don't like these, I've got no excuses. You know, and I've really worked hard to try and get them really emotional. I didn't want to over-process the tracks and have all these. I hear so many tracks nowadays that have so much tuning and stuff, and I think there's a market for that, for all different kinds of genres. But I wanted to do something real and heartfelt, and it wasn't overdone. And hopefully, you know, you guys can hear that in the tracks. And yeah, I'm really chuffed. I'm getting such a good response about it, because it's been hard trying to get airplay, especially in the UK. And you guys have been really big supporters. I just want to say thanks and for playing it, and I hope people are going to like it.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. The one thing I would ask, though, that particular single, is that representative of the kind of material that you've got on the album?
I would say, yeah, honestly, I can say I've always been a big ballad guy. And there's a couple of, I can honestly say, I think what it is a mix of, I've tried to do something that touches on different genres. So the basis is a kind of soul ballad feel. There's a couple of tracks that touch on jazz. There's a couple that touch on rock, and it's a mix, but it's almost like a story through the album. So if you love good old-fashioned love songs with heart and soul, then you know you're going to love this album, I think.
Yeah, it sounds as though it's going to be perfect for Valentine's.
I know. Well, actually, the album's coming out. I couldn't get it ready for Valentine's for the 22nd. It's coming out on the 22nd of Feb, but what I've tried to do is focus on for Mother's Day, because, to be honest, there's been two amazing women in my life that have got me through in so many ways, so many things. I mean, obviously, everyone knows the story of my wife, and so obviously the album's in memory of my wife as well, but also, just as important, it's dedication to my mum. And not many people know about my mum, you know, but she has been the backbone of the family through all kinds of ups and downs, and I thought it's only right. Mother's Day is coming up. It's dedicated to the two most amazing women in my life, obviously my late wife and my mum, who's always here for me. So it's kind of Mother's Day thing now. I guess you could be a late Valentine's present if you want.
It's a perfect idea. Perfect idea. Now, what about the future, Daniel? Where do you see yourself heading? Are you going to be touring and more recording and writing?
Well, I'm hoping to. I mean, it's out of my hands. I've got a manager, actually my sister-in-law. She's looking after things for me, and we're trying to make things happen. But it's hard to get venues at the moment. The normal X Factor people come out are a bit younger than me, so the normal venues that they would do are kind of clubs and stuff, and that's not my kind of thing. So we're just trying to see what gigs come up after the album, and I'm actually going to concentrate on writing as well. I've got a few projects lined up where I'm writing for some other artists, so that's something that will come up. But I love being on that stage now. You know, once you've done that and you've had that buzz, I want to perform. I just want to be able to get out there. You know, I might even be coming down your way at some point, but I want to get out there and just sing the songs I love, and hopefully people will feel the emotion as I do, and yeah, maybe even people will be inspired by the album as well, because it is quite inspirational as well. And I just want to, hopefully get some gigs done and tour around and come and see you guys even. But obviously I'll be back in the UK for a little while and see what happens. It's kind of, we just got to wait and see now.
Well, if we can ever get you down this end, we'll have to get you into the studio and maybe get you to do a couple of songs live for us.
I'd love to, yeah. I'll bring the piano down and we'll do a couple of acoustic numbers. That'd be cool.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, how are the family? You mentioned it just a little bit earlier on. How is everybody?
Really good. My daughter now, because I live on my own with my daughter, and she's getting really big. She's just going about 2.5 now, just over 2.5, and she's a sweetheart. She's my little angel, but she's getting a temper on her. She's just like a mum.
Oh dear.
She looks at me now sometimes, and the thing is, because she goes to a Catalan school, but where I live, we're on the border, so she goes to Catalan school and they speak Spanish, so obviously I speak English. So we have this mix of language, and she'll come home and she'll speak in perfect English, and then she'll say Catalan words. I don't even understand what she's saying. And then she'll say some Spanish, and I think, okay, I understand that bit, but so she's teaching me Catalan. For people who don't know, it's like a completely different dialect of Spanish. It's so hard to learn, and it's been quite hilarious, because I'm sure she's swearing at me sometimes, because I have a clue what she's saying, but she'll be going, no, daddy, and it's so funny. But she's getting so big, and we're doing really well, so, I consider myself a lucky guy, I've got a lovely daughter, and, the album's out there. I don't know what's going to happen with the album, who knows, but just to even got it out there for me, the dream come true. Anything after that is going to be a bonus. So I'm just happy my family's well, my mum's well, and hopefully we'll get some gigs and come and see you guys.
Excellent. Now listen, if anybody wants to get hold of this album, and I'm sure they will, having listened to the single, what's the best way of doing it?
Well, I'm a big fan of having hard copies. I like to have an album to look at and read the notes and stuff, and all the lyrics are in there. If you want the hard copy, you can go to Amazon.co.uk. And obviously, even though it's .co.uk, they will deliver to Spain. Or if you want if you just want to download it and get it on as quick as you can, iTunes is worldwide distribution on iTunes, or Amazon as well, and a couple of other major download sites. So there shouldn't be no problem getting it anywhere. But obviously, if you want the hard copy, it's Amazon for that. So the album 22nd of Feb.
Oh yeah.
Stick it in your diary. And hopefully, I might try and see if I can get some album tracks to you. Maybe you can give a little preview, see what you think.
Oh yes.
Beforehand. And the single's out now on iTunes as well. That's download only for the Open Arms. But thanks guys for supporting me, and I think I'll speak to you again very soon.
That'd be great. Hang on a minute. I think Pete wants a quick word with you. Hang on. What's it all about, Pete?
Is that? I listened to you on, I think it's MySpace or on your website, and you've covered one of my favourite soul songs.
Which one?
What You Won't Do for Love. Is that on the album?
It is on the album. Yeah. It's obviously a bit different from the original.
Yeah?
Because it's obviously a bit different from the original version. The original version was very smooth, and we've kind of sort of made it a bit more funky, and we've got the legendary, for the older listeners might know him, Snake Davis, plays saxophone on it.
Right.
Does an amazing job, and we're really lucky to get him. And hopefully you like it. It's different from I love the original. I'm a bit of a soul man at heart, to be honest. So it was a gamble doing this, but it's my own feel. So if you don't like it, it's my fault.
No, it works for me, mate.
Oh, cool. Okay, thanks, mate.
That's definitely one of the tracks you're going to have to get down to us.
Yeah, I'll sort it out for you.
All right. Daniel, thank you so much for spending the time talking to us. Take care.
No, you're welcome.
And we'll look forward to seeing you here soon.
Lovely. Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers for now.
Bye.